Go back again to the historic meeting in the White House with the 5 most important Democratic senators on this committee, and Senator Wyden in attendance. And I'm sorry for those that didn't get invited. But you always learn something in this world. And what I learned from that meeting was I saw the playbook on how President Trump and majority Republicans were going to sell this tax cut, because they fundamentally, intuitively know, all of you do, that the public always knows that when Republicans are in power, the first thing they want to do is give tax cuts to the rich. That's just it's in their DNA. It's what they're going to do. We know that. So they fundamentally, and the chairman laughs, but he knows over 40 years it's always true. But the public fundamentally, just intuitively, almost viscerally understands that that's what they're going to do, so the tax cuts are not really going to be for the middle class, no matter how many times they sing that song. So the Republican strategy in the White House, and I know the president doesn't always follow the exact script that Senator McConnell and Speaker Ryan write for him, but the president said, I'll bet you 5 times, and it was mimicked by a whole bunch of my colleagues, that wages were going to go up $4,000 each for American workers. Some will go up as much as $9,000. They said it over and over again. And they kind of have this bank shot. You give tax cuts and the tax, hard to understand. But then you think about this. A dozen years ago when you did the tax holiday here, all the corporations had all this money, and of course they were going to be eager to give it out to work. Well, actually, they didn't give it out to workers. They did stock buybacks. They did executive compensation. They paid out in dividends. Then somebody cited Britain. Great Britain has done a series of tax cuts, and their wages were flat too. So this is really wishful thinking. But I do know that the TV ads that are going to be run against the 5 most important senators on this committee, the TV ads that the independent groups will run, will of course say, Senator McCaskill and Senator Casey and Senator Stabenow and Senator Nelson are voting against a $4,000 raise that this tax cut is going to bestow on them. We know it's coming. We know you'll have way more money to promote that than we will have to defend it, but that's why the Wyden Amendment is so important.
I come from the poor people, and I've been here working my whole stinking career for people who don't have a chance. And I really resent anybody saying that I'm just doing this for the rich. Give me a break. I think you guys overplay that all the time, and it gets old. And frankly, you ought to quit it.
Mr. Chairman, the public believes it.
I'm not through. Okay. I get kind of sick and tired of it. True, it's a nice political play.
Well, Mr. Chairman,
it's not true.
With all due respect, I get sick and tired of the richest people
Regular
in
order,
this country
Mr. Chairman.
getting richer and
Regular
richer
order.
and richer.
Order.
We do a tax
Regular order.
middle class
Wait a minute.
Regular order.
and over and over again.
Wait just
How
a
many
second.
times do we do this before we learn this, Mr. Chairman?
Listen, I've honored you by allowing you to spout off here. And what you said was not right. That's all I'm saying. I come from the lower middle class originally. We didn't have anything. So don't spew that stuff on me. I get a little tired of that crap. And let me just say something. If we work together, we could pull this country out of every mess it's in. And we could do a lot of the things that you're talking about, too. And I think I've got a reputation of having worked together with Democrats.
Let's start with Chip.
Not starting with Chip. I did it. I've done it for years. I've got more bills.
Start with Chip today.
I got more bills passed than everybody on this committee put together. And they've been passed for the benefit of people in this country. Now, all I can say is I like you personally very much, but I'm telling you, this bull crap that you guys throw out here really gets old after a while. To do it right at the end of this was just not right. And it takes a lot to get me worked up like this.
Call the roll.
Let me call the roll on what are we on?
The Menendez amendment.
On the Menendez amendment, let's call the roll.